Imagine transforming your mundane backyard into a lush, vibrant garden oasis. Picture the magic of a dull, uninviting space evolving into a captivating, harmonious sanctuary right at your doorstep. Visualize a symphony of colors, textures, and scents that sing together in perfect harmony. This isn't just a dream, it's within your reach. With a dash of creativity, a sprinkle of planning, and a handful of well-guarded secrets, you can shape your outdoor space into a masterpiece. Stay tuned to discover the secrets of landscape design that can help you achieve your own garden paradise. The first secret to a successful landscape design is understanding your space. The magic of landscape design lies in the ability to transform an ordinary outdoor area into a captivating sanctuary. But before you begin dreaming of your garden oasis, it's crucial to get to know the canvas you're working with. That's your space. To start with, observe the sunlight patterns in your yard. Note where the sun rises, the path it takes across the sky, and where it sets. Pay attention to which areas receive the most sunlight and which are more shaded. This knowledge is invaluable when deciding where to plant sun-loving species and where to place those that prefer a bit of shade. Next, consider the soil type. Is it sandy, loamy, or clayey? Different plants thrive in different soils, and understanding your soil type can guide your plant selection and inform your soil amendment strategies. A simple soil test can reveal a wealth of information including pH level and nutrient content. Also, take stock of the existing vegetation. Are there mature trees, hedges, or flowering plants that you want to incorporate into your design? These can provide structure and continuity, serving as a bridge between the existing landscape and your new design. Finally, assess the overall potential and limitations of your space. Consider factors such as size, shape, and slope of the land. Even the smallest yard can be transformed into a stunning garden with a bit of creativity. On the other hand, large spaces can be divided into distinct rooms or zones for different activities. A sloping yard can be terraced to create flat areas for planting or seeding. Remember, every space, no matter how challenging, holds a unique potential waiting to be unlocked. It's all about understanding the lay of the land and working with it, not against it. So, get out there, study your space. Note the sunlight patterns, understand the soil, and acknowledge the existing vegetation. Consider the potential and limitations. With a clear understanding of your space, you can create a plan that maximizes your garden's potential. This is the foundation of a successful landscape design. The rest is creativity and patience, but that's a topic for another scene. The second secret lies in the plants you select. Now, selecting the right plants isn't just about picking your favorites from the nursery. It's about understanding how different plants can complement each other in color, texture, and growth requirements. Let's start with color. A well-designed garden doesn't just burst with color in the spring, it provides visual interest throughout the year. So, when you're choosing plants, think about how their colors will interact not just in the spring, but in the summer, fall, and even winter. Consider plants with vibrant fall foliage, berries that add winter color, or flowers that bloom at different times. Next, let's talk about texture. Texture in plants refers to the visual and tactile surface characteristics. Some plants have smooth leaves, others have rough bark, and still others have feathery flowers. Combining different textures can create a more visually interesting garden. Try mixing it up with a variety of textures from fine, like ferns, to medium, like hostas, to coarse, like sunflowers. Now on to growth requirements. While it's easy to fall in love with a plant at the nursery, you have to consider whether it will thrive in your garden. Consider the plant's sunlight needs, soil preferences, and hardiness zone. And remember, plants that are well suited to your garden's conditions will be healthier and require less maintenance. Finally, consider the balance between perennials and annuals. Perennials are plants that come back year after year. They're a great investment, but they often have a shorter bloom time. Annuals, on the other hand, only last one season, but they bloom for a long time, providing color throughout the season. A mix of both can provide the best of both worlds. With the right mix of plants, you can create a garden that's vibrant and attractive all year round. So, take your time, do your research, and choose plants that will complement each other and your garden. After all, the beauty of a garden lies in its diversity. The third secret is creating captivating focal points. Focal points are the elements that immediately capture your attention and guide your eye through the landscape. They're like the exclamation points in the story of your garden, adding drama and intrigue. Now, how do you create a focal point? It can be as simple as incorporating an ornamental tree with striking foliage or a unique shape. An outstanding specimen plant can serve as a living sculpture, adding character and personality to your garden. However, remember that the key is in uniqueness, so let your creativity flow. Water features are another excellent option for creating focal points. The sight and sound of water can bring a soothing, serene quality to your garden. Whether it's a tranquil pond, a babbling brook, or a dramatic waterfall, water features can add an unmatched level of elegance and tranquility. Moving on, statues and other garden art can also serve as compelling focal points. A beautifully crafted statue, nestled among the plants, can add a touch of whimsy or sophistication. Choose something that resonates with your personal style and the overall theme of your garden. It could be a classic stone statue, a modern metal sculpture, or even a colorful hand-painted birdhouse. But remember, focal points are not just about adding things to your garden. They're about creating interest and guiding the eye. So, consider how your focal point will look from different vantage points. Make sure it draws the eye along an attractive route, perhaps along a winding garden path, or across a well-maintained lawn. And finally, keep in mind that less is more when it comes to focal points. Too many and your garden could end up looking cluttered and confusing. Aim for harmony and balance, creating just enough interest to keep the viewer engaged without overwhelming them. With well-planned focal points, your garden can become a visual masterpiece. They can transform a simple outdoor space into a captivating, cohesive experience. So, don't be afraid to experiment and let your garden tell its unique story through its focal points. The fourth secret is integrating hardscaping into your design. Now you may be wondering, what exactly is hardscaping? Well, it's those non-living elements in your garden, such as paths, walls, patios, and even rock formations. While they may seem purely functional at first glance, they can actually be a powerful tool in enhancing the beauty of your outdoor space. Think about it. A winding path can guide visitors on a journey through your garden, leading them to discover different plants and features along the way. A well-placed wall can provide a backdrop for a stunning display of climbing plants, or frame a view like a living painting. And a patio? Well, a patio is more than just a spot to set up your outdoor furniture. It can be a stage, where the drama of nature unfolds each day. But how do you integrate hardscaping into your design? The first rule is to keep it natural. Try to use materials that complement the natural surroundings and the style of your home. For instance, a rustic stone path would look perfectly at home in a country garden, while a sleek modern patio would be a great fit for a contemporary house. The second rule is to think about scale and proportion. Your hardscaping elements should be in harmony with the rest of your garden. A huge patio in a small garden, for example, would look out of place. On the other hand, a tiny path in a large garden may not make the impact you're hoping for. Lastly, consider how your hardscaping elements will interact with your plants. A path can be lined with fragrant herbs, providing a sensory experience as people walk by. A wall can be softened with trailing plants, creating a lush green curtain, and a patio can be framed with potted plants, adding a touch of nature to the space. In conclusion, don't underestimate the power of hardscaping. It's not just about functionality, it's about enhancing the beauty of your garden. Hardscaping, when done right, can add an extra layer of beauty to your garden. The final secret is maintaining your landscape. The beauty of a well-maintained landscape is not just in its visual appeal, but also in its sustainability. The first step towards this is composting. Composting is a great way to recycle organic waste, turning it into nutrient-rich soil for your garden. It's like giving your plants a gourmet meal, and they'll thank you with vibrant colors and lush growth. Water is another crucial element to consider. It's important to conserve water, not just for environmental reasons, but also for the health of your plants. Overwatering can lead to root rot and other plant diseases, so it's best to water deeply, but less frequently. This encourages roots to grow deeper into the soil, making your plants more resilient in dry conditions. You should also regularly check your plants for signs of pests or disease. Catching these early can prevent them from spreading and causing more damage. Use natural pest control methods whenever possible, as these are less harmful to the environment and your plants. Lastly, don't forget about pruning and weeding. These are not just chores, but opportunities to interact with your garden and understand what it needs. Pruning helps to control the size and shape of your plants, while weeding prevents unwanted plants from competing with your garden for nutrients. With regular maintenance, your garden will continue to thrive and bring you joy. Remember, a beautiful garden is not a one-time effort, but a labor of love that rewards you with a sense of accomplishment and a space to enjoy nature's beauty.